I've never tried to be feminine or androgynous. It just seemed like this is the way I want to look. And then that ends up being some sort of strange pattern that causes a lot of problems for me. But I am meant to be chaos, so can't really complain ever. When you start a tornado and you are the tornado, do not bitch about being the tornado. I'm not supposed to be something that you would expect to be predictable, although I really prefer repetition of something if you like it. Something's great, why wouldn't you want to repeat it? I always say that to girls. Excellence. Competition breeds excellence. But at the same time, if I like something or love something, why wouldn't you want to do it over and over and over again? And you don't even need a variation. I actually enjoy listening to this record because it is new to me. I had the same approach that I did when I started, but the difference is I didn't understand that rock and roll came from the blues. So this record is very much the blues, and you can't make rock and roll without lost scars. You can't just start out saying, I'm going to make rock and roll. Rock and roll is not about something you could just pick up something and do it. And that's the difference when everyone who's my friend, who's a musician, they sometimes got the red ass, they got really irritated. Anyone can make songs like a garage band. And I simply put it, I said, well, there's always been guitars, there's always been pianos. It doesn't mean that the world has changed into a place where DJs or people that aren't singers or guitar players in the traditional sense that we grew up in, Elvis or Dylan or Bowie or whoever, James Brown, Robert Johnson. That doesn't, you can't limit your scope. You're really being so short-sighted and making it into this microcosm. I didn't realize that it was more simple than just going back to the origin of rock and roll and the blues. If I created the concept for myself, which I believe in everybody, Mephistopheles and Faust both exist. Character in the story thinks he's too arrogant to think that he has to play by the rules or pay the devil back his due. So I've been hearing this on my door. I had essentially hellhounds on my trail for the past few records. And this album, I think, is me saying, here's your fucking money, devil. Take it. So I'm paying my dues and also paying back what was owed for the deal that I made with myself in the beginning to become a rock star. I think that was one element that I had to admit to myself that I did not feel was as good as it should be. It was strange, the first review of that song, Third Day of the 7-Day Binge, was equally catching and depressing. But strangely, when I was recording, I was thinking, this will keep a lot of girls through college because if they're strippers, they'll really like to dance to this song. And it's not fair to make beats that confuse strippers because it's not nice because they have a job to do. It's always fascinating, and I like to make a record that there's no real point in writing a song if you're gonna tell people what it's about. And that really goes back to the blues. The blues is someone telling their story, other people putting themselves into the situation. It's hard for people to remember what happened a day before, or some scandal comes up or something. There was some ridiculous Lana Del Rey thing came up, and I just said, it's not my problem. I didn't do it. Whatever. It'll be gone in a day. But the important part is that when you're not gone in a day, that's what you should be focused on. And so I'm not frustrated that people still allow me to have a career by letting me do what I want to do. But I don't know if it's them allowing me as much as that it's what I want, and you really just have to do it. Besides the fact that Jim Morrison had a song that was unreleased called Rock is Dead, but then became released, and I had a song called Rock is Dead, which literally almost ended my career because it happened to be, unfortunately, simultaneously on the soundtrack to The Matrix with Trench Coats and Columbine. And rock's not dead. Maybe it's hiding. Maybe it needs to be resurrected. This record has a lot of references to. It's very biblical, or it could be taken at face value. I prefer not to have anyone decide in one certain way what it's supposed to be. Third day of a 7-day binge. It's biblical. Lazarus got no dirt. I mean, Lazarus was the first person that Jesus Christ, according to the book that I was forced to read in Christian school, was the first zombie. Christ, I think he sort of cannibalized himself essentially by being reborn. He was not patient zero. No, rock's not dead. It just needs sometimes a kick in the ass. Sometimes you gotta kick the tires, make them keep going.